After 60, losing strength can feel inevitable. Climbing stairs becomes harder. Carrying groceries leaves you tired. Even getting up from a chair doesn't feel as easy as it once did. But in Japan, many people in their 70s and even 80s are still living active, independent lives. Their secret isn't expensive supplements or intense workouts. It's something much simpler. Every day, they eat a handful of ordinary foods that quietly help protect muscle, support energy, and keep their bodies strong as they age. Today, we're going to explore 7 of these Japanese foods and why they may help you stay stronger, steadier, and more independent for years to come. Before we begin, I'd love to know, what everyday activity has become noticeably harder for you after 60? Is it climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or simply getting up from a chair? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you've been feeling weaker lately, you're not imagining it. After the age of 60, our bodies naturally begin to lose muscle and strength. At first, the changes seem small. You get tired more easily. Your arms and legs don't feel quite as strong. Tasks that once felt effortless begin to require more energy. But muscle isn't just about strength. Muscle helps you stay balanced, protects your bones, supports healthy blood sugar, and most importantly, helps you maintain your independence. When muscle declines, the risk of falls increases, recovery becomes slower, and everyday activities can begin to feel like challenges. The encouraging news is that growing older does not automatically mean becoming weak. Our bodies continue to respond to good nutrition and healthy habits at every age. Even small, consistent choices can help support strength and energy over time. And that's where the Japanese approach to healthy aging offers an important lesson. In Japan, staying strong isn't treated as a special program or a short-term challenge. It's simply part of daily life. Instead of relying on one large, protein-heavy meal, traditional Japanese eating often includes small amounts of nourishing foods throughout the day. A little tofu at breakfast, a bowl of miso soup at lunch, some fish at dinner, maybe a serving of edamame as a snack. These meals aren't complicated or expensive, but together they give the body regular opportunities to repair, maintain, and support muscle. The Japanese also tend to choose foods that provide more than just protein. Many of their traditional foods contain nutrients that support bone health, digestion, and healthy aging as a whole. It's a simple philosophy. Small habits, ordinary foods, repeated consistently over time. The encouraging part is that you don't have to live in Japan to benefit from this approach. Many of these foods are available in grocery stores around the world, and even one small change can make a meaningful difference. So let's begin with one of the most unusual, and perhaps one of the most powerful foods in the Japanese diet. At first glance, it doesn't look especially appealing. It's sticky, stringy, and has a strong aroma that surprises many first-time eaters. Yet for generations, Japanese families have considered this humble food a quiet ally for healthy aging. It's called natto. Food. Number 1. Natto, the fermented soybeans that quietly support strength. Let's begin with one of the most unusual foods in the Japanese diet. Natto. If you've never seen it before, you might be surprised. It's sticky, stringy, and has a strong aroma that many people aren't expecting. But in Japan, natto has been enjoyed for generations and is often eaten at breakfast by people who want to stay healthy and active as they age. So, what makes it so special? First, natto is packed with protein. A small serving provides around 8 grams of protein, helping the body maintain and repair muscle throughout the day. But that's only part of the story. Natto is also rich in vitamin K2, a nutrient that helps move calcium into your bones where it belongs. That's especially important after 60, when bone loss and fractures become much more common. And because natto is a fermented food, it naturally contains beneficial bacteria that support gut health. A healthy digestive system can absorb nutrients more efficiently, including the protein your muscles need to stay strong. Perhaps the most interesting thing about natto isn't any single nutrient. It's the habit itself. In Japan, many older adults don't wait until dinner to nourish their bodies. They begin early. A small bowl of rice, a serving of natto, maybe some green onions and a cup of tea. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive, just a simple meal that sends a quiet message to the body. We're still taking care of our muscles. And when that message is repeated day after day, year after year, the benefits can quietly add up. Natto also reveals something important about the Japanese approach to healthy aging. They don't look for one big solution. They rely on small, nourishing foods that support the body consistently over time. And perhaps no food represents that philosophy better than a warm bowl of miso soup. Food number 2, miso soup, a gentle way to nourish your body every day. In many parts of the world, soup is something we eat when we're sick or when the weather turns cold. In Japan, miso soup is something entirely different. It's an everyday ritual, one that gently nourishes the body from morning to night. Miso is made from fermented soybeans that have been aged for months, sometimes even years. This process creates a food that is rich in flavor and surprisingly nourishing. Miso may seem simple, but inside that small bowl is a remarkable combination of nutrients that aging bodies can truly benefit from. It provides plant-based protein and, because it's fermented, also supports digestion and nutrient absorption. As we get older, our bodies become less efficient at using protein. Large, heavy meals can feel difficult to digest, and many people naturally eat less than they used to. That's why small, nourishing meals can be so helpful. Miso soup is warm, easy on the stomach, and simple to enjoy, even on days when your appetite isn't very strong. What makes miso soup especially wonderful is its flexibility. In Japan, it's rarely just broth. You might find cubes of soft tofu, seaweed, mushrooms, green onions, or small pieces of fish floating in the bowl. Each ingredient quietly adds more protein, minerals, and nutrients. Over time, one simple bowl of soup becomes much more than a side dish. It becomes another opportunity to nourish the body. Miso soup also teaches another valuable lesson. Healthy aging isn't built through large meals or complicated diets. It's often the smallest foods, eaten consistently, that make the biggest difference. And few foods illustrate that idea better than one of Japan's tiniest nutritional powerhouses, small fish. Food number 3, small fish, tiny foods with big benefits. In many Western households, fish might appear on the table once or twice a week. In Japan, small fish such as sardines and anchovies have been part of everyday life for generations. And despite their size, they deliver an impressive combination of nutrients that become increasingly important as we grow older. First, these fish are rich in high-quality protein, giving the body the building blocks it needs to maintain and repair muscle. But that's only the beginning. Unlike larger fish that are usually eaten as fillets, small fish are often eaten whole, bones and all. That means they naturally provide calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D, nutrients that help keep bones strong and support balance and mobility as we age. They're also an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats support brain function, promote heart health, and may help reduce inflammation throughout the body. And that's important because chronic inflammation can contribute to muscle loss and make recovery more difficult as we get older. What makes small fish so remarkable is their simplicity. In Japan, they don't need complicated recipes. A few grilled sardines with breakfast, a handful of dried anchovies with rice, or a small portion added to soup or vegetables. Simple foods, small portions, consistent nourishment. Small fish remind us that strength doesn't always come from large portions or expensive foods. Sometimes the most powerful nutrition comes in surprisingly simple forms. Which brings us to another Japanese staple that has nourished families for centuries. It's soft, easy to digest, and especially valuable for aging bodies. It's tofu. Food number 4, tofu, gentle protein for aging bodies. As we get older, many people naturally begin eating less meat. Some find it harder to digest. Others simply lose the appetite for heavier meals, but our need for protein doesn't disappear with age. In fact, after 60, maintaining muscle becomes even more important. That's where tofu comes in. In Japan, tofu isn't considered a substitute for meat. It's a staple that has nourished families for centuries. Soft, simple, and easy on the stomach, tofu is surprisingly rich in nutrition. A single serving provides complete protein, along with important nutrients such as calcium and iron. It also contains natural plant compounds called isoflavones, which may support bone and heart health. What makes tofu especially valuable for older adults is its gentleness. You don't have to chew it much, it doesn't feel heavy after eating, and it can be enjoyed in countless ways. Some people enjoy chilled tofu with a little soy sauce and green onion. Others prefer it simmered in soup or lightly cooked with vegetables. The goal isn't to eat large amounts, it's simply to give the body another opportunity to receive the nourishment it needs. And that idea appears again and again in Japanese eating habits. Instead of overwhelming the body, they support it little by little. That same philosophy can also be found in another everyday Japanese food that most of us already know well. Eggs. Food. Number 5, Japanese eggs. Simple, familiar, and surprisingly powerful. There's something comforting about eggs. They're easy to prepare, easy to eat, and packed with nutrients that aging bodies need. A single egg contains high-quality protein along with vitamin B12 and choline, nutrients that help support muscle function, brain health, and energy production. But what makes the Japanese approach interesting isn't just the egg itself, it's when they eat it. In many Japanese households, eggs are often part of breakfast. This means the body receives protein early in the day rather than waiting until dinner. That matters because older muscles respond better when they receive nourishment consistently throughout the day. Japanese eggs are also prepared in gentle ways. A soft boiled egg, a light rolled omelet, an egg served over warm rice. Nothing complicated, just simple foods prepared with care. And perhaps that's one of the quiet lessons of Japanese longevity. Healthy eating doesn't need to feel difficult. Sometimes the foods that support us most are the ones we've known our entire lives. And speaking of comfort foods, the next Japanese staple surprises many people because it looks like an ordinary noodle, but it offers much more than comfort. It's soba. Food number 6, soba, the noodle that supports strength and energy. When people think of noodles, they don't usually think about healthy aging. But soba is different. Made primarily from buckwheat, soba provides protein, fiber, and beneficial plant compounds that support overall health. It's also relatively light and easy to digest, something many older adults appreciate. Unlike heavy meals that can leave you feeling sluggish, a bowl of soba often feels satisfying without being overwhelming. In Japan, soba is enjoyed in many ways. Served warm in a comforting broth, served cold with a simple dipping sauce, paired with tofu, vegetables, eggs, or small fish. Each combination adds another layer of nourishment. But perhaps the most beautiful thing about soba is what it represents. In Japan, long noodles are often associated with longevity and resilience, a reminder that healthy aging isn't about perfection. It's about continuing forward, one small step at a time. And that brings us to our final food, a simple snack that perfectly captures the Japanese idea that nutrition can be both nourishing and enjoyable. Edamame. Food number 7, edamame, the simple snack that feeds strength. At first glance, edamame doesn't seem extraordinary, just bright green soybeans in a pod, but these little beans are remarkably nutritious. Edamame provides plant-based protein, fiber, iron, magnesium, and several nutrients that help support muscle, energy, and overall health. It's also filling without being heavy. For older adults whose appetites may be smaller than they once were, that's a wonderful combination. In Japan, edamame isn't treated like a health product. It's simply food, served as a snack, added to rice bowls, shared with family at the table. The act of slowly opening each pod and eating the beans one by one even encourages something many of us forget to do. Slow down, pay attention, enjoy the moment, and perhaps that's the greatest lesson these 7 foods offer. The Japanese approach to healthy aging isn't built around miracle ingredients or complicated diets. It's built around small habits, simple foods, gentle nourishment, repeated consistently over time. You don't need to try all 7 foods at once. Start with one, add another when you're ready. Small choices may seem insignificant in a single day, but over months and years, they can quietly become something powerful. Because growing older doesn't have to mean becoming weaker. With the right habits and the right nourishment, it's possible to continue supporting your strength, your energy, and your independence, one meal at a time. So, what should you do with all of this information? You don't need to change your entire diet overnight, and you certainly don't need to eat all 7 foods tomorrow. Instead, start small. Pick just one food that feels easy and realistic for you. Maybe it's a bowl of miso soup a few times a week. Maybe it's adding an egg to breakfast. Maybe it's trying tofu, edamame, or a serving of sardines. Then give your body time. The Japanese approach to healthy aging isn't about making dramatic changes. It's about building simple habits that are easy to repeat. Because strength isn't built in a day. It's built meal by meal, choice by choice, habit by habit, and remember this, getting older is inevitable. Becoming weaker isn't. Every nourishing meal you eat is another investment in your energy, your mobility, and your independence in the years ahead. If this video gave you hope or inspired you to try something new, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 Japanese foods would you be most willing to add to your routine? Leave a comment below. And if you enjoy learning simple Japanese habits that support healthy aging and longevity, don't forget to subscribe and join us for more videos like this. Take good care of yourself, and remember, it's never too late to nourish your body, protect your strength, and support your independence, one small habit at a time.